that was a pretty good game one. The Dodgers 8-3. But that I would say I don't see the Rays winning the World Series. Hopefully they can come back, but I do have the Dodgers winning that series. What do you what do you
Right.
think? What do you think?
For me, I'm personally taking LA, even though I'm a Nats fan for life, because really it's hilarious how it always goes down every year. If we don't make it, LA makes it. It just happened last year that we beat LA. So
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me, I'm taking the Dodgers. I'm sorry. I know everybody's like take the Rays. The Dodgers win all the time, and I'm like, well, if we do our calculations,
Exactly.
it's like it would really be cool to see the Rays kind of get that that miracle that we had last year, which was I'm so mad that I was like away from home. I was like, why did this have to happen while I'm like 3 hours away from the
Oh
city?
my
But
God.
it was great though. It was definitely great. But I know how much LA wanted due to the fact that the Astros aren't in. So I'm just happy the Astros aren't in finals contention.
Yeah, same with me because if the Astros went back to the World Series, then yeah, they would have had a better shot at winning. But I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad that the Rays beat them because I was like, oh, I don't want them going back because if they went back, they say,
Right.
oh, haha, in your face, Nats, and we got it this year.
Right.
You lost it. I was like,
Right.
you know, I would say for myself, yeah, I definitely like the LA Dodgers in this series. The Nats,
Mhm.
I was hoping they would be in there this year, but there's always next year to be in it, and hopefully we'll get to keep some of our players that we had on that
Yeah.
team.
I feel like our roster is really I being a fan since 2005. I mean, we
Hmm.
all remember those days that if you ever watch a Nats game at RFK,
Hmm.
you remember how it's like
Yeah,
we heard the same song as we
of
left the
course.
ballpark because we
Yep.
lost again.
Yeah.
Like half of our season we lost, and the majority is like I know this is kind of my analogy, but it's like our football team. It's like a 3-13 record. We never get better from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So for us to win the World Series last year, I was like, okay, so we are on to something. And then they traded Anthony Rendon because we didn't have enough money to purchase Steven Strasburg and Anthony Rendon. So I was just like, okay, so there goes half of our plan. But yeah, really in this case, I'm just so happy the Astros did make it back. I got so many comments from everybody saying like, "Oh, do you think the Astros cheated?" I'm like, so is me not wanting them to go back to the series count as a yes? Sorry, but it's Blibbin. It's right
Yeah.
there. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I watched so many videos and I was just like, oh wow, I was not woke to this.
Yeah. For me too. I was like, I've been watching sports since '05. So, when the Wizards had the old players and Larry
Yeah,
Hughes, Juan Dixon, Steve Blake,
yeah,
Brendan Haywood, that Wizards team, Gilbert Arenas, Antoine Jameson, that Wizards team. I tell everybody that Wizards team in 2005 when Gilbert hit the big shot against the Bulls in the first round of the
yes,
playoffs. That
yep,
team, I believe, could have went all the way, but the Miami Heat got them in the second round with Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, and Alonzo Mourning, and a couple of big pieces that we just didn't have. But I think
right.
we stayed in a lot of those games in the second round in '05 with the Heat. We stayed in a lot of those games, but it just wasn't enough to beat
Mhm.
Miami. But I mean, the thing is and then in '06, '07, and '08, we lost to LeBron James and the Cavs, and everybody remembers
Yes,
that season.
yes.
That first season we played Cleveland in '06. I specifically remember. I think I told you this the first show I had you on when LeBron James said, "Hey Gilbert, if you miss these two free throw shots, you're going home.
Yes.
You're not advancing to the second round." And he missed the two free throws, and I was
Yeah.
wondering. I was like, why would you? I don't know if he had LeBron James in his head, but he missed those 2 free throw shots
Right.
when he was at the line, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, why would?" I don't know if he missed them on purpose, but like a lot of fans were saying that LeBron got in his head and said, "Hey, you know what? It's too late. The game's on the line for you guys. You guys are going home."
Yeah.
The Gilbert could have made it. The Wizards could have made it into a game 7, but they
Very
didn't.
true.
But when John Wall came, it was like, oh, the savior has come back to DC.
Yeah.
We're advancing the two second round appearances when John Wall and Bradley Beal, and I was so happy when I was so happy when Gilbert left the Wizards because I remember all the gun violence that happened with him in the locker room, and I was like, nah,
Right.
I'm not really a big fan of Gilbert for doing that, but I still like him. He's still a good person. But John Wall, I think that's my guy. I like him because when John Wall came from Kentucky, everybody was on him. Like everybody was like, dude, when he came and everybody was doing the Dougie, and they were like coming to DC in 2010, and I think the reason why the Wizards picked John Wall because he was number 1 pick in 2010, and I think the reason why they got him was so that they can have a better chance at making the playoffs. But his first 2-3 years they didn't make it, but that's okay because whenever you have a new player, you always got to get better. But in 14, when we played the Bulls again in the first round and we beat them, and then we played the Indiana Pacers in the second round, losing to the Pacers. I was like, that's not cool. How we beat the Bulls in the first round, lose to the Pacers in the second round. That's not cool, man.
Right.
And then in 15 when we beat the Raptors, we swept the Raptors 4-0 with Paul Pierce on that team, and then same thing happened to us. So.
Yeah, funny, I say this word all the time because it comes up in almost every sport. And I know when we get to WWE, I'm going to use it a lot because it's a word that is not used in that front office, and it should be because they don't do it right. However, lately they have. So, but the word to me is utilize. Mm-hmm. It falls on deaf ears because it's like, oh, like we have a new player, like we're working him into the system of things, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now, if you know what he can do, and also what he can't do, if you find somebody who can do what he can't do, put them right in synchronization. Yeah. I mean, it's magic after that point.
Yeah,
like
you're right. Yeah.
It that like utilizing is just it's something that is definitely like I feel as if when John Wall came into the picture of things for DC, I felt like, first of all, that was the proudest I've ever seen DC in a while. So I was like, okay, my city is still alive. Yay, we're not dying on the outskirts right now. And everybody was ready and everybody was hyped, as you were saying. And the best part is I was just like, okay, now I want to see him in action.
Yeah.
And he has not failed to deliver.
No, he hasn't. No.
Now, again, everybody gets hurt here and there. Yes, I've had some injuries on my own. Not totally fun. But for him and, and seeing like how much he's grown from that time till now, I'm just like, okay, we got somebody good because he's in for the long haul.
Yeah.
It's not just satisfaction right in this moment. Like it's like he's in for the long haul, and then to add Bradley Beal to the mix, and then just have
that guy is just great.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so we copped two. For all the people out there that don't know what cop means, we've got 2 good young players who are in for the long haul. Like that is hard to find these days. So to know that, like, again, the city it's been on a roll. Like every team in our city has made it to a playoff contention.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have we made it enough?
No, not quite.
However, have we made it? Yes.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's so true because I I tell everybody, I say, hey, the one thing that and there's some rumors going out about Bradley Beal being traded to the Warriors and them getting a pick. I said, man, Bradley Beal's not going anywhere. You guys gotta shut that noise up about Bradley
Yeah.
Beal leaving the Wizards. I mean, and then I like 2 years ago, there's a story went out when the Wizards were winning and they won the East for the first time since 1979 when they took the Celtics to 7 games in 17, and people were saying, "Oh, is this the end of the Wizards? Is Wall and Bill going to break up?" Those guys not going to break up. Those guys actually like each other in real life. Those guys play good. They play hard. And the thing about it is, the media portrays these players as not good friends.
Right.
If you ever watch TMZ, they do that all the time. They do that all the time.
I was just about to say TMZ. Perfect. Yeah. Like I don't know how many times I've literally and I've heard this about many things. Mm-hmm. When it comes up to people that are just good friends, that just have each other, that just have that synchronization that you just can't put into words. Mm-hmm. It always comes to question, are you really friends? I'm just like,
yeah.
I sit there because I'm like, do you not follow their social medias? Do you not look at exactly. Their interactions? Again, there will be fallout sometimes. Again, I'm not the first person to fall out. However, and funny, even in the sport that I came from, which is swimming, I know a lot of people, won't be first to know that. Oh, is there like a fallout? Because how is it still a team sport? Because you're still swimming on a swim team. So even if that is your swim, you're still on a team. And the great thing is, right? And you're still even as you swim for that team, you're still racking up a point status. So
exactly.
That's where everybody's trying to get to. Yeah. Yes, will there sometimes be fallouts? Absolutely, but that happens in everything. And I feel as if media likes to portray the fallout before the friendship.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
For me, I've seen it in sports. I've seen it in music. I'm a huge Little Mix fan. Shout out to all the mixers out there. I'm a huge Little Mix fan. I've been down with them since 2012, and I continue to hear, are you guys still friends? I'm like, okay, I need a minute. How do you sell 5 albums, have a whole selling tour, and you have 60 tour dates in your last tour, and gross up to $20.5 million, and say they're not friends, and then come out with a whole new album in about a year's time? Questions are arising sometimes, and it's
that's crazy
out of stupidity.
Yeah.
But you honed in on it. It's really just the and watching those two work in the front court with Wall and Beal.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's it's heaven sent.
It is. Yeah.
It's something that you just can't explain, because again, it's either it's not really like this either or thing. It's almost like an and. Because I hear a lot, we always say Wall and Beal, they are they are a thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry guys, but this is where the bromance category comes. They are a unit. They work as a unit. Even
they are. Yeah.
Wall scores this many points and Beal may score 5 points less than him.
Exactly.
It's a unit. It's a front court. So for me, it's been honestly just the best, really. As a DC fan, now, can they go far? Yes. Will it take time? Probably.
It will definitely take time. Yeah, definitely will.
We're not that city that can. And this is why I'm really picking LA for the World Series. Just watching them, how they continuously strive to be back to a championship, another championship, another.
Exactly.
I'm it was like watching the Phillies back in 2008. They kept going at it. I'm like, how?
Yeah, that Phillies team was good.
That's